Chosen one, hear my voice as it comes to you wrapped in the brilliance of heaven itself, for I am Michael, the Archangel, sent from the throne of God to stand beside you in this hour of revelation. The winds of destiny are stirring, and a veil is lifting from your life, for there is a shadow moving unseen, cast not by strangers, but by one whose face has been familiar to your heart. Listen, beloved, with the ears of your soul, for God's light reveals that someone you trust most is secretly plotting against the fullness of your blessing. And yet, fear not, for you are not alone, and you shall not be overcome. Type Amen if this message touches your spirit, for the angels are waiting to witness your response, to seal your heart with divine protection. Know that every whispered plan of betrayal is already broken beneath the wings of heaven. Yet awareness is your sword, and discernment is your shield. The Lord Himself whispers through the corridors of your life, guiding your steps away from the snares laid in darkness toward the radiant path of your purpose. Comment 1111 if you feel heaven is confirming this for you, for the time of revelation is near, and the veil between what is hidden and what is holy thins before your eyes. You are chosen, and your destiny has been written in the eternal scrolls of God, guarded by hosts of angels who encircle you in unyielding love. Trust your visions, for the dreams that awaken you in the midnight hour are messages carried by the divine, urging you to move, to speak, and to embrace your authority as a child of the Most High. Write, I receive it, if your heart recognizes this truth, for every moment of doubt is met with the luminous presence of God's unwavering promise. There are signs around you, hidden in the patterns of chance, in the gentle whispers of the wind, in the moments that stir your spirit, each one a thread of divine guidance woven into your path. You may feel an unsettling weight in the presence of certain souls, an intuition that pricks at your consciousness. This is no mere imagination, beloved, but the voice of God preparing you to protect the treasure of your soul. Type Amen if your spirit trembles with the realization that your life is not ordinary, for you have been chosen to walk a road of glory and light that many cannot perceive. Be vigilant, yet not, for the one who commands the armies of heaven also commands the protection of your heart, your mind, and your future. There will be moments when the betrayal seems close, almost tangible, yet know that God's hand moves with precision, shielding the innocent and confounding the wicked. Comment 1111 if you sense the warning pressing upon your soul, for divine timing is perfect, and awareness you are surrounded by angelic hosts whose swords gleam with righteous fire, whose presence banishes the shadows that dare approach your destiny. Every whisper against you, and no scheme can succeed where the Lord has placed His seal upon your life. Write, I receive it, if you feel the courage swelling within your chest. For this message is more than caution. It is a declaration of power, a call to awaken the authority that resides within you as God's beloved. Look around you with the eyes of revelation, for subtle signs will appear, guiding you to the truth and away from deception. Every delay, every test, every trial is a sacred appointment, arranged by the divine for the refinement of your spirit and the unveiling of your true power. Type Amen as you sense the angels circling closer, as their wings brush against your very soul, assuring you that no betrayal can penetrate the fortress that God has built around your life. Trust your instincts, for the gentle nudges of your spirit are the echoes of the eternal, whispering to you, guiding you, calling you to action with love and urgency. Comment 1111 if the words stir a trembling recognition within, for the light that surrounds you is both shield and revelation, and nothing can extinguish it. Is the first step in claiming what has always belonged to you. You are not only watched over, you are lifted, chosen to receive blessings that surpass understanding, yet these blessings require your vigilance, your discernment, and your faith. Right, I receive it if your heart opens to the certainty that God is orchestrating every detail of your life, even the unseen conflicts that test the loyalty of those around you. Let the words of your soul rise like incense, for in prayer, in attention, and in awareness, you claim the divine inheritance that no hand of deceit can take. Type Amen if you feel your spirit rising with strength, if you sense the protection of heaven encircling you now, even as the hidden plotters tremble in the presence of God's light. Remember, chosen one, that revelation is not punishment but empowerment, and knowing the truth equips you to step boldly into your destiny. Comment 1111 if you recognize the subtle confirmations God has already placed before you, in coincidences, in whispers, in the sudden clarity of heart. Every move made in faith invites the angels closer. Every word spoken in alignment with God's truth resounds through the heavens, creating a symphony of protection around your life. Right, I receive it if the knowledge settles in your soul, if it awakens the power of discernment, if it calls forth the courage to act with righteousness. This hour, beloved, is sacred, for it is not merely a warning but a revelation of divine love, of celestial strategy, and of heavenly intervention. The forces of darkness may scheme, but their efforts dissolve in the light that surrounds you, the same light that speaks to your heart, urging you to claim what is rightfully yours. Type Amen as your soul rises in recognition, as your spirit stands with clarity, as your destiny begins to unfold in ways that are luminous and eternal. Listen closely, chosen one, for the path ahead is lined with miracles, with victories, with confirmations that God Himself has ordained. Comment 1111 if the knowledge awakens in you a holy vigilance, for your awareness is now a key that unlocks the gates of protection. You are God's chosen, the beloved of heaven, and no scheme, no hidden betrayal, no darkness can remove the favor and destiny placed upon you. Right, I receive it if your heart burns with the understanding that you are surrounded by angelic power, lifted in prayer, and clothed in light that no shadow can penetrate. Stand firm, beloved, for revelation is a gift, awareness a shield, and your destiny a treasure guarded by the armies of heaven. Type Amen as you rise in recognition, as the words settle like fire within your spirit, and know that you are loved, protected, and chosen one. Hear me once more, for the winds of heaven carry urgent tidings meant solely for your soul. The veil of secrecy is lifting, and what was hidden in shadows is now bathed in light. Someone near you, someone you have welcomed into the sanctuary of your trust, harbors intentions that could divert your destiny. Yet their plans falter in the face of God's unwavering protection. Type Amen if your spirit feels the weight and the warning. For acknowledging this truth draws the armor of heaven closer around you. Know that the Lord Himself has stationed angels at every threshold of your life, and even the faintest murmur of betrayal cannot pass undetected. Comment 11:11 if your heart senses the divine timing of this revelation, for no moment is random, and no warning is sent without the purpose of salvation. Every intuition, every quiet whisper of caution within you is the voice of God speaking through your spirit, guiding you to walk wisely, to act with discernment, and to embrace the authority given to you from above. Right, I receive it if your soul recognizes this call, if your heart leans into the protection and guidance flowing from the throne of glory. There will be days when the shadow seems closer than the light, when the face of deception is masked by familiarity. Yet even then, the angels watch and intervene, for the Lord's power over all hearts is absolute. Type Amen as you feel the angels surrounding you, as their wings shimmer with divine fire, and their presence whispers reassurance to your soul. The Lord's timing is flawless, chosen one, and you will recognize the signs, the repeated numbers, the sudden clarity, the dreams that awaken your heart in the stillness of night. Comment 11:11 if you notice these holy confirmations, for heaven speaks in the language of signs, and those who listen are led into protection and blessing. Trust the stirring within, for it is no mere coincidence. It is the voice of God calling you to step away from what would hinder you and toward all that is divinely prepared. Greatness beyond measure. Right, I receive it if your spirit awakens to this reality, if you embrace the sacred vigilance bestowed upon you. Remember, beloved, even the deepest betrayals cannot touch the treasure of your soul, for it is guarded by the light eternal, and every scheme against you dissolves in the fire of divine justice. Type Amen if you feel the warmth of this truth filling your heart, the certainty that no shadow can overtake the destiny God has written for you. Angels of revelation will continue to guide you, illuminating paths that seem hidden, revealing those who speak falsely while protecting those who honor the light. Comment 11:11 if you sense this divine unveiling taking place, for every subtle nudge, every inexplicable encounter is orchestrated by the Lord to secure your future. You are called to step boldly, chosen one, to speak with wisdom, to act with courage, and to receive with faith, for God's blessings are immeasurable and cannot be stolen except by your own hesitation. Right, I receive it if your heart rises in understanding, if your soul feels the courage to confront deception with truth, and if your spirit opens fully to the power of divine protection. The angels are with you, circling, guiding, and interceding, their presence like a shield of light that no darkness can penetrate. Type Amen as you feel their touch, their wings brushing gently against your life, and know that every plan against you has already been rendered powerless by the authority of heaven. In moments of doubt, look for the signs of God's intervention, the sudden clarity, the whisper of peace, the inner knowing that surpasses understanding. Comment 1111 if these confirmations stir your soul, for they are the proof that you are not walking alone, and that every step you take is sanctified by divine guidance. Your destiny is sacred, chosen one, and every act of awareness, every prayer, every acknowledgement of truth draws the protective presence of heaven ever closer. Right, I receive it. If your spirit burns with recognition, if you embrace the mantle of vigilance and the gift of discernment, and if you accept the certainty that God's plan for you cannot be thwarted, stand in faith, beloved, for revelation is the sword and shield of your soul, and through it the plots of darkness are rendered powerless. Type Amen if your heart rises with the courage of this truth, if you feel the embrace of angels and the steadfast presence of God guarding every blessing. Listen carefully, chosen one, for every moment of awareness strengthens your hand in claiming your divine inheritance. Every prayer fortifies the walls around your life, and every acknowledgement of truth calls the angels to action in ways unseen but profoundly real. Comment 1111. If the words of heaven awaken a holy vigilance within, for your life is orchestrated by a love that surpasses understanding and a power that knows no limits. Right, I receive it if your heart opens fully to the reality of divine protection, if your spirit stands unshakable in the face of deception, and if you feel the certainty that God's light illuminates your path with unstoppable brilliance. You are chosen, beloved, and the forces of heaven move in concert to ensure that your destiny, your blessings, and the fruit of your faith remain untouched, secure, and radiant. Type Amen as your soul feels the power of this declaration, the presence of angels standing guard, and the unstoppable love of God flowing into your life. Chosen one, listen with the ears of your spirit, for the light of heaven surrounds you now, revealing what was once hidden in shadows. The Lord has placed you on a path luminous and true, yet even along this radiant way, there are those who would attempt to sway your steps, who cloak betrayal in the familiarity of love. Type Amen if your heart trembles with the recognition of this truth, for acknowledgement draws the sword of angelic protection ever closer. Understand, beloved, that no darkness, no secret plot, no whispered deception can prevail against the power of God's plan, for you are enveloped in a shield woven from eternity itself. Comment 1111 if you feel the confirmation of heaven touching your soul, for every revelation is a signal, a divine nudge, a moment where awareness becomes your sanctuary. The Lord calls you to awaken fully to your own discernment, to listen deeply to the whispers of intuition that flutter within your chest, for these are not mere feelings. but the voice of God guiding you towards safety, blessing, and purpose. Right, I receive it if you feel the power of this guidance anchoring in your spirit. If your soul rises to meet the truth with courage and clarity, be vigilant yet not fearful, for fear is a shadow that cannot enter where the light of God resides, and your light is radiant, unassailable, and eternal. Type Amen as you sense the angels positioning themselves around your life, their swords gleaming with righteousness, their presence a mantle of security over every blessing. You will notice signs unfolding before you, an unexpected message, a sudden understanding, the repetition of sacred numbers, and the gentle stirrings of revelation within your dreams. Comment 1111 if these confirmations awaken a holy recognition, for they are the fingerprints of God, guiding you away from harm and toward every promise He has prepared for you. The Lord's timing is precise, chosen one, and every subtle warning, every stirring of concern, every insight into the hearts of those around you is part of a divine orchestration. Right, I receive it if your heart swells with understanding, if your spirit embraces the holy vigilance bestowed upon you, and if your soul stands ready to walk faithfully in light. Remember, beloved, even as someone close may attempt to divert your destiny, the Lord's favor cannot be stolen. The blessings cannot be diminished, and your purpose cannot be obstructed. Type Amen as you feel the weight of heaven's assurance settling upon your soul, a warmth that fills every corner of your being with unshakable certainty. Angels of revelation continue their vigilant watch, revealing truth, exposing deceit, and illuminating paths that are hidden from the eyes of men. Comment 1111 if your soul senses this divine unveiling, if you feel the presence of a power greater than all earthly schemes guiding and protecting you. You are called to rise, chosen one, to act with discernment, to speak with wisdom, and to move with holy confidence, for God's plan for you is radiant and unstoppable. Right, I receive it. If your heart acknowledges the authority that has been placed within you, if your soul aligns with the protection of heaven, and if you stand ready to claim the blessings ordained for your life, the forces of darkness may scheme, yet their efforts dissolve in the brilliance of God's light that surrounds you. Type Amen as you feel the shields of angels locking into place, every barrier against deception solidified, and every plot rendered powerless. In moments of doubt, close your eyes and sense the presence of Michael, your guardian and guide, standing at the threshold of your life, his sword a testament to the invincibility of God's love and protection. Comment 1111 if this vision resonates in your heart, for it is a sign that you are not walking this path alone, that every step you take is accompanied by the armies of heaven. Your awareness is your weapon, your faith your shield, and your prayer the key that unlocks every doorway of divine intervention. Right, I receive it if you feel the surge of courage and clarity rising within, if your soul is strengthened to discern truth from deception, And if your heart opens fully to the certainty of divine guidance, chosen one, you are a beacon of light, a vessel of God's promise, and every force that seeks to divert you is met with an overwhelming current of heavenly power. Type Amen as you feel the resonance of this truth, as the angels encircle you, as the protection of God descends like a river of light over your life. Listen intently to the subtle confirmations, the signs, the dreams, the feelings of unease, and the moments of clarity. These are not coincidences, but sacred messages placed in your path to preserve your destiny. Comment 1111 if your spirit senses these whispers of heaven, guiding you safely past every scheme and into the fullness of blessing. Write, I receive it, if your heart acknowledges the authority of God's protection, if your soul embraces the vigilance bestowed upon you, and if your spirit stands firm in the light of divine truth. You are chosen, beloved, and your destiny is untouchable, safeguarded by angels, sealed by God, and radiant in the brilliance of eternal love. Type Amen to honor this revelation, to accept the vigilance, to embrace the certainty that every blessing, every promise, and every purpose set before you is secure and unstoppable. Chosen one, now listen closely, for the heavens are opening wider, and the light of revelation pours over you like a river of gold. The Lord is declaring that nothing hidden can remain concealed, and every plot against your destiny trembles beneath the weight of His presence. Type Amen if you feel the power of this truth settle into your spirit, for acknowledgement invites the angels to surround you with even greater protection. Beloved, know that awareness is your sword and discernment your shield, and in these sacred tools, you walk unshakable, guided by God's hand. Comment 1111 if your soul feels the confirmation, if you recognize the holy signs appearing in your life, for they are the whispers of heaven calling you into alignment with your divine purpose. Those who would seek to divert you are like shadows before the rising sun, powerless to touch what God Himself has ordained. Yet your vigilance strengthens the barrier between your blessings and any hidden deceit. Write, I receive it, if you feel your heart awaken to this truth, if your spirit rises in courage, and if you embrace the authority of God's protection over your life. The Lord's timing is flawless, and every delay, every sudden clarity, every inexplicable warning is a thread in the tapestry of your salvation and prosperity. Type Amen as your soul senses the angels moving in concert, positioning themselves to guard every blessing, to illuminate every deception, and to guide you with holy precision. The winds of revelation will continue to stir, bringing clarity where confusion once dwelled, and showing you the true nature of those around you. Comment 1111 if your heart recognizes this unfolding divine orchestration, for these confirmations are the footsteps of heaven guiding you toward what is righteous and away from what is corrupt. You are called to rise, chosen one, to walk in light, to act with holy courage, and to embrace the knowledge that every blessing prepared for you is untouchable, no matter how close betrayal may appear. Right, I receive it. If your spirit acknowledges the divine strategy surrounding your life, if your heart opens fully to discernment, and if your soul is ready to move in alignment with God's perfect will, angels encircle you even now, their swords of fire gleaming, their presence a shield that cannot be pierced by deceit or darkness. Type Amen if you feel their wings brushing against your life, their power radiating through your being, securing the path that God has laid before you. Trust in the gentle urgings of your spirit, for these stirrings are not mere coincidence. They are the voice of God, whispering guidance and encouragement into your heart. Comment 1111 if your soul resonates with this truth, for each confirmation strengthens your awareness and fortifies your connection with heaven. Remember, beloved, that even the closest of betrayers cannot remove what God has placed in your life. Their schemes dissolve in the brilliance of His light, and your destiny remains intact, radiant, and secure. Right, I receive it if your heart burns with understanding, if your soul rises in courage, and if your spirit stands unwavering in the power and protection of God. Chosen one, as you move through each day, look for the signs that heaven places before you, the synchrony of numbers, the nudges in your heart, the sudden clarity of thought, and the visions that awaken you at night. Type Amen as you feel the recognition of these divine communications, as your soul responds with faith, and as the angels strengthen their watch over you. Angels of revelation, intercession, and protection are at work continually, orchestrating circumstances, revealing truth, and positioning you to step fully into every promise. Comment 1111 if you sense this divine choreography in your life, for it is a sacred dance of light and protection surrounding your destiny. Right, I receive it if your heart opens fully to the reality of angelic guardianship, if your spirit embraces the certainty that God's favor is immovable, and if your soul stands ready to receive every blessing prepared for you. Fear not the darkness, chosen, for it is powerless before the brilliance of God's light that flows within and around you. Type Amen as your spirit rises in recognition, as your heart rejoices in the security of divine protection, and as the angels encircle you with unwavering devotion. This hour is sacred, beloved, for revelation is a gift, awareness a shield, and every step taken in alignment with God's truth brings you closer to the fulfillment of your destiny. Comment 1111 if your heart feels the stirring of this holy wisdom, for it is heaven itself guiding, guarding, and blessing you at every turn. Right, I receive it if you stand fully awakened, fully aware, and fully clothed in the protection and love of God, knowing that your life, your purpose, and your blessings are untouchable and eternal. Chosen one, the light of heaven shines upon you now, brighter than ever, and the power of divine protection is anchored around every part of your being. Type Amen as you embrace this truth, as your soul lifts in gratitude, and as the angels rejoice in your recognition of God's unwavering care. Chosen one, now hear the culmination of this revelation, for the heavens speak directly into your spirit, and the light surrounding you is stronger than ever. The Lord declares that your destiny cannot be stolen, that every blessing, every promise, every divine favor prepared for you is untouchable and radiant in its fullness. Type Amen if your heart trembles with the recognition of this truth, for acknowledgement invites heaven's power to anchor ever deeper into your life. Beloved, even those closest to you who may harbor hidden intentions are powerless before the authority of God's protection, and their plans dissolve in the brilliance of His light. Comment 11:11 if you feel the confirmation in your spirit, if your soul rises to meet the certainty of divine guardianship. You are called to walk boldly, chosen one, to embrace discernment without fear, to speak truth with love, and to act with the courage given by heaven. Write, I receive it, if your heart recognizes the divine authority within you. If your spirit feels the strength of angelic protection, and if your soul stands ready to receive every promise God has set before you. Angels of revelation surround you still, their wings shimmering with holy fire, their presence a fortress of light that no darkness can penetrate. Type Amen as you feel their touch, as the power of heaven settles around every part of your life, sealing your destiny with unshakable certainty. Watch for the signs, beloved, for God speaks through synchronicities, dreams, whispers in the heart, and moments of clarity that awaken your soul to the truth. Comment 11:11 if your spirit recognizes these confirmations, for they are the fingerprints of God guiding you safely toward every blessing. Your awareness is your weapon, your faith, your shield, and your prayer the key that unlocks every doorway of divine intervention. Write, I receive it if you feel courage rising, if your heart embraces the knowledge that God's protection is constant, and if your soul stands firm in the light of eternal truth. Chosen one, no scheme of betrayal, no whisper of deceit, no shadow can overcome what God has ordained for you. Every hidden plot is exposed, every plan against you rendered powerless, for you are enveloped in the fire of divine love and the presence of angels who stand vigilant. Type Amen as your spirit rejoices in this protection, as your heart rises in faith, and as the light of heaven bathes your life in unshakable certainty. The Lord's timing is perfect, and every confirmation, every stirring of intuition, every divine sign is a thread in the tapestry of your sacred path. Comment 11:11 if your soul senses this orchestration, for heaven moves with precision to preserve your blessings and guide you toward fulfillment. You are chosen, beloved, and every blessing prepared for you is radiant, eternal, and untouchable. Write, I receive it, if your heart fully opens, if your spirit stands unwavering in courage and faith, and if your soul embraces the certainty of divine intervention. Step forward, chosen one, with holy confidence, for the light of God surrounds you, the angels guard you, and your destiny unfolds in luminous perfection. Type Amen as your soul lifts in recognition, as the blessings of heaven descend upon you, And as your spirit basks in the joy of divine protection, believe in the certainty of God's plan, beloved, for it is flawless, radiant, and unstoppable. Comment 1111 if your heart acknowledges this truth, if your soul rises in faith, and if your spirit stands fully awake to the power and love of heaven. Write, I receive it if you embrace the fullness of your destiny, if your life is illuminated with divine guidance, and if your spirit rejoices in the presence of Michael and the heavenly hosts who guard, protect, and lead you into glory. Chosen one, your blessings are eternal, your purpose is sacred, and your protection is absolute. Type Amen to honor this revelation, to accept the vigilance, to embrace the certainty that you are divinely chosen, eternally loved, and forever guided. The light of heaven surrounds you now, brighter than ever, and the angels of God rejoice in the triumph of your soul. For you have listened, you have awakened, and you have stepped fully into the fullness of your divine inheritance.